Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kira, in case you are new here, and this is my little corner here on YouTube where I film all types of content, so I hope you guys enjoy and straddle up for the ride because this is part 2 of my expose series. No, seriously, that makes me seem more like a bigger YouTuber than what I really am. I just am a person, I don't make money from YouTube. I am just somebody who sits here and enjoys filming videos for you guys. Sometimes I film me getting ready like I am today. Sometimes I do unboxes. I'm thinking I'm going to be doing an unboxing today. I'll let you guys know. And I think I'm going to do a products I use on my 1-year-old video. So you guys know like what I changed and what I found really worked. But anyways, before we dive too much into that, candle of the week is this American Home by Yankee Candles Into the Deep. And I love that scent. And I'm also just still in my PJs. And I did straighten my hair yesterday because it seemed a little, I washed it and it seemed a little frizzy to me and it was poofy and I wasn't into it because I'm finally getting like thicker hair from when I breastfed. So, yeah. Alright, so this is going to be controversy of YouTubers. Again, Cool World Happy Mind did this video, and I will link hers down below, and I was inspired to do this video via her video, so really check her out. And I think Illuminati has a video on it as well, which I will link down below. So I already did a topic covering the beauty community as a whole, and why I personally believe this is an MLM. It's pretty much the same thing as an MLM, if you want me to be completely honest. At least in my opinion, the way people portray it nowadays, which we can totally change that with the way people portray things. I was just updating my YouTube to film list. Oh, and today my dad is off. So Kai is with him. I think I just finished my Milani eyeshadow primer. All in all, this was a great primer. I loved it. And it's drugstore. Today I am posting the unboxing I did of the ColourPop Sailor Moon collection. I have tried everything except for the blushes. And I'm going to put in the description box of that video just what I felt about everything, which the glitter gels I wore yesterday, I am not a fan of those. Just gonna put that out now. Not a fan of those, which I figured I would be a fan of them because I love the glitterly obsessed. But at least from what I can remember, I loved the glitterly obsessed. Also, my son smacked Kaden last night in the face, which was so embarrassing for me. So embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. But anyways, we really need to dive into today's topic, and that is going to be controversy in the beauty community with influencers. Alright, so basically, I'm going to just go ahead and start with how I personally feel. So I'm starting with Jeffree Star, who I have watched his YouTube videos. He's actually very intuitive. I don't like him as a person, but I love his brand. I love the makeup he sells. The formula is amazing and top notch and definitely the highest quality, or high quality at least. So he originally was a singer and started on the MySpace days and, was in that like rocker kind of scene. And basically, there's another controversy that he's in that starts with his music days. But apparently, I'm going to talk about that one later. Maybe in another video. I haven't decided yet. So basically, the idea is, well, not the idea. This is the truth, pretty much, that we know of. He was a very angry person, and he said some very hateful and mean things to a woman of color, which is extremely mean, and extremely hurtful, honestly. I've had people say something derogative towards me, and I've actually had people ask me what race my child is, and my child is mixed black and white, and my child is beautiful. I don't care what anybody says. I have everybody comes up to me and will tell me he is beautiful, but you always get those snarky people that are like, he's so cute, what race is he? And I understand it is hard to tell because we are all so mixed with different stuff. I am mixed with German and Irish and Native American, mostly Native American on my mom's side. If I can get my mom on my channel, you will see she is extremely extreme. She's got color in her skin. She's Native American, but she's beautiful. I think women of color are beautiful. And makeup should not just be designed for one race. It should not just be exclusive to me just because I'm white, you know? Like, that's just all I'm trying to get across. But anyways, apparently after his scandal with Kat Von D came up, which Kat Von D is another thing, and it's on her own, right? People had gone through his history and found the video of him like saying this derogatory word to this woman of color in a fight or whatever. And basically, something always big to note is that no matter what you do, everything you post will live on the internet forever. And so basically they found it, and it was like this big old hoopla, and he finally made a video talking and addressing the racism scandal, which he probably should have gone more in depth into it. I've seen the video, and like I said, he probably should have gone more in depth with it. But at the same time, I don't feel like you can fault people for things they did when they were younger, because a lot of people actually are not educated on the situation. You know, especially the older ones, like older kids, older adults, older generations are not educated on it. My father was actually just recently involved in a scandal at his job where somebody, a white guy, had said something very derogative towards a black employee. And my father actually stepped into the middle of it and was like, you know, I have a mixed grandchild. I don't want to hear those words. It might not have bothered me 2 years ago as much as it bothers me now, because we think about, you know, we don't want Kai to grow up in that kind of like a mind space thinking like, okay, because I'm a different color skin, or because mommy is white and daddy is black, that he's any less of a person and deserves to be treated any less of a person. And I'm very proud of my dad for standing up for Kai. You know, Kai can't talk. So he needs somebody to stand up for him right now. And there are other people out there that need to stand up for themselves. And I really, really, really hope that that starts to change. You know, like soon. I'm trying out this Fenty Beauty foundation for the first time today, and I want to use it as a concealer, or not a concealer, a contour, because I actually like doing this method, which I picked up from Tati. This is $4.98 from the Fenty Beauty foundation. I picked this up from Tati, and it actually does help me a lot with a guide. But I wanted to try this one because it's cooler in tone. And I like my contours more cold, like a colder tone, like a cold tone, as opposed to a warm tone, because for me personally, I feel like warm tones should be safe for bronzers, not contours. Alright. So, anyways, he apologized and everything. He wasn't as big a name, I think, back then until the Shane Dawson series. Enter the Dramageddon Part 1 before it was Dramageddon Part 1. So basically, back when Gabriel Zamora, Laura Lee, Manny MUA, and Nikita Dragon were all friends with Jeffree Star. And I remember watching an internet history of, and they said that, if I can find the video I will, but I really can't remember it, that we had never really seen something like that in the beauty community and just in general. Like, all these YouTubers that were getting together and collabing and were being friends and woohoo! Like, we saw their friendship online. Which, I mean, yeah, is cool in retrospect, but was it really worth it in the end? Probably not. And then, I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I don't think anybody really knows except for the aforementioned components of the series, which would be Jeffree Star, Gabriel Zamora, Laura Lee, Manny MUA, and Nikita Dragon. And none of them has said what happened to break up their friendship. No one has said so. So we don't really know, to be completely honest. But Dramageddon all started when a picture was posted on Instagram, Twitter, by Gabriel Zamora of the four: Laura Lee, Manny MUA, Nikita Dragon, and Gabriel Zamora flipping the camera off and saying, B is bitter because we're doing better without him. And it was pretty much to shade Jeffree Star. And around this time, the Shane Dawson series came out. Please remember the Shane Dawson series, because this is a giant component in this whole thing. Alright, so it didn't take long for people to realize who they were talking about. And because of this whole Jeffree Star x Shane Dawson series coming out, people were a little bit more lenient to Jeffree Star because they kind of understood him and they were kind of like, he's redeemed himself, he wants a second chance. Who are we to keep that second chance from him? Yada, yada, yada. Which, I'm not a woman of color. I did not get my mother's beautiful tan skin. But it's not my apology to accept. I know Jackie Aina didn't accept it, so I'm just gonna say that Jackie Aina is a woman of color. She's a powerful woman of color, beautiful, and she did not accept the apology, and it's her apology to accept. So if she does not accept it, then that should say something to the community itself. I mean, honestly, racism is something that should no longer be tolerated whatsoever in any type of space, in my opinion. It's 2021. Get over yourselves, people. Like, honestly. Like, racism is so a thing of the past and so stupid, in my opinion. Like, why hate somebody over their skin color? At least, that is my opinion. But I also was not raised to think that because I was white, I was better than anybody else of color. I was never raised to think that. And I'm still not. I will never raise Kai to think that either. So anyways, it was a big old backlash, and you can watch videos talking about it all the time. We have one of the worst apologies ever, which was Laura Lee's first apology, which I did watch. I was so confused because I was like, what is going on? Because I didn't have Twitter at the time. I still don't have a Twitter. So I had no idea what the hell's going on. But anyways, a lot of people kind of like came for Gabriel Zamora, Nikita Dragon, Manny MUA, and Laura Lee for coming after Jeffree Star because he has this successful series which with Shane Dawson, and everybody sees his inside look, and we all for some reason forget everything else, and you have to like apparently come. I'm trying to think of the right words that I can use on my channel because I'm trying not to curse because my son's picking a lot of stuff up, which I'll talk about what he did last night later, maybe in another video I filmed. But basically, it was Jeffree Star versus the world, and the world was on Jeffree Star's side type thing. Like, everybody on the internet, fans, because Shane Dawson is this big YouTuber who collabed with Jeffree Star and brought us the inside world of Jeffree Star and how dangerous his world is. And we all understand him now. You know, people were, at the time, trying to give Jeffree Star a second chance. And, you know, he was painted in a really good light in the Shane Dawson series. So, when this was happening, it was kind of like, you know, I think other people felt it was like Jeffree's ex-friends coming at him for no reason. And it wasn't like no reason. It was something that was kind of like built up, I think. I mean, you can go check out Gabriel Zamora's My Truth video. I think it's still up. I watched it when it came out. And it's very intuitive into the inside world of the YouTube community. And I highly suggest you watch it. But yeah, if you don't understand Dramageddon, and I'm not doing a good job explaining it, please just check it out. Check out Gabriel Zamora's video. It's, like I said, very intuitive. So, again, people kind of came to Jeffree Star's defense, and basically, Dramageddon made him even bigger than the Shane Dawson series. Crazy. And in doing so, Jeffree Star was kind of the king of the beauty community on YouTube. And it was kind of like, you know, don't come for Jeffree because, you know, you're just going to lose pretty much. Like, whether Jeffree comes at you or his fans come at you, basically it wouldn't be pretty. But basically, Jeffree had this, like, montage of fans in the beauty community who would defend him, who would buy his makeup, and he would always sell out of a collection. By the way, he just released Pink Religion. Pink Religion has not once sold out. He sold out on one of the mirrors, and he sold out on the pink backpack. So that should tell you guys how far down it's gone. Also because of COVID. But basically, he was kind of the king of the beauty community on YouTube. And in giving him that power, it was basically given to the wrong person, because in doing so, I think that Jeffree was able to turn the community on YouTube and the beauty community into something very dark, very mean, and it was very scary for a lot of other YouTubers, because, you know, if you cross Jeffree's pretty much going to destroy your career. It was how I feel now. It's one of those things. And now enter Dramageddon 2, Part 2, which was 2019. We have 3. So, James Charles goes to Coachella and gets mobbed by fans. Understandable, he does a post for Sugar Bear Hair. He was really close friends with a YouTuber I love and adore back then, and still to this day, Tati. And she has her own vitamins company. I don't use her vitamins just because I don't like pills. I've never liked pills. So I don't actually use her vitamins. I might one day. But as of right now, I don't use them. I use Nature's Bounty. But then she went on, I think, a Snapchat rant about being upset that she felt betrayed and stuff like that by James Charles doing the post. I don't care what anybody says. Dramageddon 2 was started by vitamins. It was started by vitamins and Tati being manipulated. So she basically was manipulated by Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, who were doing a second part to their docu-series talking about their conspiracy palette that they were creating together. And basically, Tati was manipulated into making her buy sister video, which I don't think she still has up on her channel, but you can find it reposted somewhere else. Basically, where she calls James Charles out for being a, and the whole internet came for James Charles. And I 100% believe that with everything we have coming out now, it's never okay to make a 19, 20-year-old feel so depressed that he wants to go kill himself. I really, really, really suggest watching Tati's Breaking My Silence video because she talks about behind-the-scenes stuff with Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. She talks about how Shane offered to edit her video, her by sister video. That's red flag number one, people. Please. That is red flag number one. And she also talks about how she was afraid that James Charles was going to kill himself if she posted the video. And Shane Dawson, I think, actually said he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. He won't do that. I'm using a gel eyeliner today. I haven't used a gel eyeliner in forever. And the idea behind bringing James Charles down was because a conspiracy palette was going to release in, I think, November? I don't know. I don't have it. No, I didn't buy it. And the anniversary of James Charles's palette with Morphe was in November. And that is the theory of why this conspiracy theory was brought to bring James Charles down in Dramageddon 2, or Sistergeddon, or whatever they call it. Which I can honestly see why, because James Charles's palette was really big. I don't have the big version, the Wet n Wild version, and I have the mini James Charles version. But I never bought the conspiracy palette, and I never will, because I don't like Shane Dawson. So I can't talk to you guys about the series he did on Jeffree Star because I don't like Shane Dawson. I didn't watch it. I haven't done eyeliner with gel eyeliner in forever. But I think it turned out okay. I'm going to keep trying it because I really want to get back into using that. So the idea is Jeffree was on this cloud nine from, his successful Dramageddon. And it was felt that they could successfully bring James Charles down. And so they manipulated Tati into doing it because Tati really had virtually not been in any scandals up until that point, except for like the one with Makeup Revolution and Kiki Chanel, which I like Kiki Chanel's channel, I'm not gonna lie. So the video was made, blah yada yada, and James's first apology was like really bad. I didn't watch it because I wasn't a fan of James Charles at the time. But then he came out with a No More Lies video, which I did watch, where he is able to debunk everything said in Tati's video and Jeffree's accusations, which I don't actually remember Shane really being involved in the like word analytics of this. Like he never really said anything, but behind the scenes he was a big part of it, according to Tati. Which I don't blame him, because in case it backfired, it didn't backfire on him. Until somebody starts talking about it. It says, oh yeah, he had a hand in this type thing. So James Charles is vindicated, yeah. And then in 2020, we had the pandemic, and we also had Sistergeddon 2 or 3, Dramageddon 3, where everything was brought back up, and Tati did her Breaking My Silence video, which I seriously recommend you go and check out. A lot of people think Tati had more to do with this than what she's letting on, which I can totally understand why people would think that. But at the same time, Tati did almost lose her career. Tati was the one who took a year off from YouTube. Tati was the one who didn't release any products. And she still hasn't. Well, I think she actually released some stuff from Halo. I want her to release Tati Beauty stuff, though. Because I'm waiting to do a Tati Beauty order. And I just want to go ahead and order everything that she has. I'm also doing an Amarose haul soon. Which Amarose is the wrestler Mandy Rose's skincare line, and I really want to try it because she's actually really beautiful. Not that other people aren't really beautiful. I'm just saying. So, basically we have the downfall of Jeffree Star, and the downfall of Shane Dawson, and the downfall of Tati. All the people who tried to bring James Charles' career to an end, and pretty much his life, because if you check out his No More Lies video, he does talk about how he wanted to kill himself in this time. And looking back, knowing what we know now, I don't think James Charles is a predator. I mean, he's younger than me, and I'm 23, and I have a kid. I think that James Charles is just misunderstood because he does live his life out on the internet. And I think he is, at this point, just looking for love. I don't agree with the way he has gone about it with sending nudes. I don't think anybody should ever send nudes. Ever, whether you're sending it to a kid or not, which please don't send nudes to children. I just think that we should have this narrative of just don't send nudes, period. You won't have this issue if nobody sends nudes, period. Also, there was a lot of issue, apparently, with the conspiracy palette, which I never ever heard of. Like, apparently there were fibers or hair found in the palette. And the color story was really random, which I think was one of the biggest reasons I was not attracted to the palette itself. Just because at least something in Jeffree Star's palettes have always intrigued me. Like, I wasn't intrigued by the Alien palette. I wasn't intrigued by the Jawbreaker palette. I still won't buy the Jawbreaker palette. But yeah, basically, this is how I personally feel. I personally feel that, honestly, everything was planned. I think that the first Jeffree Star Shane Dawson series was planned to go well and planned what would happen if it did go well. I think Dramageddon 1 wasn't planned, and I think that in it being what it was, they took advantage of that victory. They being Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, probably as well, because he was involved in it. And they wanted to see how far they could take it. And it ended up turning the beauty community, with Jeffree Star at the top, it turned the beauty community into a very dark, very dangerous place for a lot of other people. That is personally what I believe. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like if you did. This is considered my makeup content, but I think I'm also going to consider it commentary content, probably. So, if you enjoy my makeup content, let me know by liking this video below. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Ring the bell to be notified of all my future uploads, and get the comment section to start talking down below about what you guys think about influencer controversy. And just Dramageddon 1, 2, and 3. Are we going to have a fourth one this year? We will see. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.